Oh my god, there's a part 2. I didn't even see this. Rabbit gaslit me, so I dug deeper. Coffeezilla. Whoa, guys. Dude, there's a part 2. We gotta watch this. Check this out. Okay, guys, so this is Rabbit gaslit me, so I dug deeper. That's another video about Rabbit. We gotta check this out. That last one ended on a cliffhanger. Let's check it out.
This tech company gaslit me so hard about their previous scam that I decided to investigate their current project, Rabbit. And what I found was shocking. For months, we've been promised that this orange box, the Rabbit R1, has an AI.
Yeah. This is the one I saw the ad for. Okay, so the last video we looked at, you should check it out. Links in the description when I post it on YouTube. Was about their other scam, Gamma Coin, which is a stupid cryptocurrency. But this one is about something I actually saw an ad for on YouTube Shorts that I thought was cool at first, but then I was like, what the, like when I saw what it actually was, I was like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, let's check this out.
That can organize your life, text your friends, restock your fridge. All you had to do was ask.
Start my morning routine.
Order me an Uber and find me a good podcast to pass the time. Oh, and tell everybody that I might be late.
That was delicious. Check the fridge and order the ingredients to make that again tomorrow.
Now, based on marketing like this, they pre-sold over $20 million worth of these, and they...
I mean, you have to admit that it's a pretty good ad. Like, it looks really cool. Like, if that could really do what they were doing in the ad, that would be amazing. So no wonder people like funded it.
Raised another $30 million in venture capital.
$30 million.
To have MKBHD say, yeah, the product's not that great. But I bought this thing to answer a different question. Not is it good or bad, but is the AI, the lamb, a scam? Well, we're going to find out. I wanted to start by just trying to recreate their ad with this. Start my morning routine.
Okay.
To start your morning routine, you might consider tasks like waking up, freshening up, having breakfast, and planning your day. How can I assist you further with...
Is this for like stupid people? Like, how do I wake up? How do I start my day? Wake up. Like, what the actual fuck? Wake up, get freshed, take a shower, eat breakfast. You need to pay $200 for a AI to tell you that?
With your morning routine.
Order me breakfast.
The DoorDash Rabbit is under maintenance.
Ah, Jesus.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, of course.
Please come back later.
How convenient that is.
I'm going to be late.
I recommend informing the relevant parties directly about your delay.
Oh, so it's not even...
You do it.
It's not even gonna do it for him?
I'm unable to directly communicate with others on your behalf.
That was delicious. Check the fridge and order the ingredients so I can make it tomorrow.
The DoorDash Rabbit is under maintenance.
Jesus.
It basically failed at everything. But remember, our question is not, is it good or bad? The question is, does the lamb, the AI, the large action model, does the secret sauce of this thing exist? Because the founder and CEO claims it's here on your device now. He claims LAM is a system that can infer and model human actions on computer applications, or as he puts it,
we use LAM to bring AI from words to action.
Okay.
Right. This AI is supposed to do things on your behalf. And so when they'd show demos like this, where someone is planning a trip, it does look like the LAM is controlling the web page. You can see this AI clicking through Airbnb by itself, and it all kind of felt like the future.
Anybody can do that. I can have, like, on that presentation that they were doing, I could, like, have it on a second screen, just doing it, like, working it myself on Airbnb while, and screencasting, screen recording it, or streaming it, or whatever, and then have the Rabbit AI, like, icon on the left, so it looks like it's doing it, but I'm actually doing it.
It's why people ordered $20 million worth of these little boxes. But a group investigation has revealed that Rabbit is not actually using a new foundational AI model at all. It's actually ChatGPT with some hard-coded scripts.
Oh my god, really? It's just ChatGPT because it's open source. And oh my god. What a scam. $200 for this piece of shit.
Which is funny because Jesse says Rabbit is faster than ChatGPT.
Uh-huh, sure.
You will also know that the response speed is much faster than using some of the LLM assistant apps with web browsing, such as ChatGPT.
Now that's a very
That's a
sneaky
bold
claim
statement.
when most of your product is ChatGPT, so obviously not faster. But you wouldn't know that because part of Rabbit's prompt is, quote, "I will never mention I am a large language model created by OpenAI." In fact, the part where they
OpenAI is the
different
company
AI
for ChatGPT.
is really only search, which is why Jesse very carefully says Rabbit is faster than ChatGPT with web browsing. That's the only part of this device where they don't really use
he's like
ChatGPT for it.
Okay, so he's like tiptoeing around it, man. He's just being really careful with the words choice.
But they don't use their AI model either. They use a different off-the-shelf AI called Perplexity. So it's extremely misleading to say Rabbit is faster than ChatGPT because most of the product is ChatGPT, but it just can't tell you that because it's instructed not to. Now that we understand this, let's talk about the actual process of how Rabbit does more than search and is supposed to get things done for you. You might think it's a sophisticated AI, but actually what Rabbit does when you call an Uber or order DoorDash is it takes your question, puts it into ChatGPT 3.5 Turbo, and if it's something like play a song on Spotify, it will use hard-coded scripts to navigate websites like Spotify. And those scripts are not AI. This is super important.
What?
This is the part where they say, yeah, we've got this new foundational AI model thing that does the thing. No, the thing pressing the buttons is not intelligent. Rabbit is using a platform called Playwright, which is a web automation tool, the opposite of intelligent AI. And we know this because of several researchers who got access to part of Rabbit's code base. I worked with them, I'll link them below, and I spoke with one of them, Emily Shepard, to understand why this distinction, AI, not AI, matters.
This is quite a big deal because the way LAM has been observed to work doesn't match with what they've told us about how it works. It's meant to be an AI live controlling a website and understanding that website. But what they have is just a bunch of static commands. You know, do this, do this, do this. And the problem with that is if a user interface changes, the website changes, it can't cope with that. So anytime Spotify redesigns their user interface,
that's inconvenient, man.
Redesign something, or even if an advert pops up in a new location, or there's a capture pops up, or something unexpected happens that isn't in that very rigid step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, a flat hard-coded Playwright script can't cope with that. And that is the opposite of some intelligent AI.
Yeah, so like, so as soon as the design changes, just let me get this right. So as soon as the design changes on Spotify or something, it just completely poops out because it's not intelligent. It's not an artificial intelligence AI. It's script or whatever it said it was. That is really fucking low, dude.
Actually being able to understand the page, which is the claim that had been made.
That's right. Obviously, there's a big difference between AI, not AI. Jesse himself knows the difference and made it clear LAM wouldn't break like a hard-coded script would.
It doesn't really matter if a app completely revamps the UI.
Got it. So when Spotify
he just said what? He just said it doesn't matter if the UI changes at an app, it'll be smart and it'll be able to work around it. The lady just said it doesn't work. If it changes, and he just said if it's like Spotify changes the design, it doesn't work. It poops out. So he's literally lying.
Redoes its app and it moves podcasts from tabs, and then it puts the tabs at the lower part or puts it in a hamburger drop down.
Right.
It still knows that's the word podcast, and that's where you find podcasts inside of Spotify.
Exactly, because the fundamental philosophy logic is that all these modern software are designed for human eyes to perceive the information, and they have to have a setting somewhere.
Right. Of course, if this were AI, it would adapt to the user interface changes, but it's not. Which is why when apps that Rabbit supports change, they stop working. As people noticed in videos, in Discord, even I noticed it while testing this device. DoorDash had stopped working, presumably because of another UI change.
Rabbit is under maintenance.
Now,
so that's why it doesn't work, because DoorDash, like, it might have worked with the first iteration of DoorDash's UI, but then when they changed the app, the way it looks, and the design and the hamburger, the position of the pull downs and buttons and tabs, then it just can't. It just says it's programmed to say it's unavailable right now, which is obviously not. I see how it works.
Today, Rabbit actually admits that they use Playwright, but they're not willing to admit that Lamb, whatever it is not really doing a lot. Jesse responds, to say Lamb is just Playwright is equal to say ChatGPT is just a chat. We use Playwright as part of a component to operate Lamb. That doesn't mean the research and technology is fake. So what they're saying is Lamb is not these hard-coded scripts, but kind of they also admit these scripts exist. Maybe Lamb interacts with the scripts, maybe they create them, but even if that's true, it's not what they promised.
Yeah, it's not.
Either way, everything that matters on this device is basically off-the-shelf software. The web actions are done by hard-coded scripts. Everything else is done by ChatGPT or Perplexity.
Right.
So there's not much reason.
There's nothing
for the
original
Lamb to do anything, whatever it actually does. And
it's literally just like a bootleg Siri. Like Siri can do more than the Rabbit AI. It's not even an AI. It shouldn't be called Rabbit AI. It should just be called Rabbit.
Already so far from what Jesse originally promised, which I have to show you again. He kept saying was AI, not a script that would be doing all these actions.
It's not AI, man.
We have a superhost computer that when Jason talks to his Rabbit R1 about ordering a hamburger from DoorDash, what's going on is that we first see if Jason's logging with DoorDash or logging with Uber Eats, right? And we saw, okay, Jason chose DoorDash, and then on that superhost, a Lamb is interacting virtually with a DoorDash app or website, a interface. And you don't see all of that because all of a sudden this is done all at once because it's AI.
He couldn't be clearer. The Lamb is interacting because it's AI. This is a flat out lie, at least currently, which he says the Lamb is
It's a
here now.
lie.
Now, I reached out over and over to the Rabbit team,
Okay.
pressing them again and again on this issue. What does the Lamb do? And they kept saying, oh, Playwright, yeah, that's the thing, but it's just part of how the Lamb controls things. But I kept asking, what does that mean? How does this thing exactly work? If the scripts are doing the work, what does Lamb do? And eventually I got to the point where I just questioned, look, is this real? Do you have proof that this Lamb can do all these amazing things? And I should have known I was going to get into trouble here because Jesse, the CEO, says, anyone challenging the Lamb legitimacy, I automatically become super defensive. And that was true. Here's part of the Rabbit team's response to me. To start off, I would love to know more about your background in tech, because if you are not specialized in AI and machine learning, any conclusion resulting from this conversation will have no real credibility or value
here we
from
go.
any audience, because this is a technical discussion in AI and machine learning. We welcome you to invite experts with valid certificates from the field to further look into this. Now look, I found this wild for a company that raised $30 million in venture, sold $20 million in product, to be feisty about questioning.
They sold $20 million of these things?
Their product when it does.
So they have 10 million left over.
Does not work as advertised, and we found out it's using hard-coded scripts instead of AI. How can they be surprised people are going to question what their thing actually does? But I also think it's funny they should say that I should invite experts to look into this, because I'm not nearly the first person to point these problems out. Several people who, as I said, I spoke with, have had issues with this device. They have looked at the code base. They have also claimed they couldn't find the Lamb. Others have jailbroken the R1, got into Rabbit's cloud to play Doom. Despite Rabbit saying they welcome credible critics, their reaction has been anything but welcoming. Emily, who we spoke to earlier, pointed out back in January that CAPTCHA would be a big concern for the Lamb. And Jesse's response is, sorry, I work for my team. I don't work for you, so you need to check my calendar before you command me to answer anything now.
Cop out.
But fast forward to today, CAPTCHA is a huge problem. In fact, specifically with Uber, we had to answer 10 different CAPTCHAs, adding up a bunch of dice in order.
Dude, reCAPTCHAs and CAPTCHAs are so fucking annoying. Like, it says, like, choose the numbers in order of this order. So I choose the numbers, click, 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 click. You failed the test. You're not human. Here's another test. 10 tests later. I still don't get in, and I give up, and I close the page. Stupid.
In order to get it working. It was a giant pain. It took us several tries. I began to wonder if I was actually part robot myself. But the point is, getting defensive about the problem didn't make the problem go away. And the same is true about getting defensive about the LAM. Just because you tell people they have to be an expert to ask you questions won't stop the questions or the problems. But now I want to take a quick detour into the source code of the Rabbit itself, because I also have reviewed parts of the source code.
Oh,
and I have
source code.
serious
Here we go.
data privacy concerns. There are things in this code base, and I can't share it for reasons that will become obvious. There are things that malicious actors could use to get any access to the replies the R1 has ever given. Now, of course, Rabbit might say
that's a
they've
huge
dedicated
breach of
picture
privacy.
of a lock on their webpage to privacy, so you might think they're serious about it. But this is the same company that, if you read the fine print, they're tracking your precise geographic
Of course
location
they
to
are.
collect that data. The only consolation problem...
Dude, you can never trust any app on your phone. Don't even trust your phone in general to be able to keep your privacy of your location. Because even if you say, even on the iPhone, if you say when it prompts you, do you want the app to be able to use your location? No, or only while using the app. If you choose only while using the app, or even no when the prompt comes up, it still tracks your location. Okay? It's just how it works. You can't trust anything like that.
Surprise is this thing is shockingly bad at tracking you, which I found out while looking for restaurants.
Find me a restaurant near here.
Looking it up now. Venetian Hot Plate, San Juan Restaurant, and Butter Churn are highly rated restaurants in Port Aransas.
Port Aransas?
I'm not in Port Aransas.
Let me see what I...
It thought so hard. It was like, wait, does not compute. Oh, not in Port Aransas. What do you mean? Oh no. What an idiot AI.
For restaurants near
It's not even AI.
Austin, Texas, consider the following options.
I'm not in Austin.
An Italian restaurant in downtown...
I'm not in Austin, Texas.
I use the internet connection to know where the R1 device is roughly located in
Bruh.
order to provide you with
You're off by about 100 miles.
Thank you for the clarification. Let me refine the search for restaurants.
At least it's
near your
polite.
approximate location.
Like, it could be rude. Oh, it just gave up.
Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? It just stopped. It just...
Bruh.
I found it.
Bruh. This is ridiculous.
Is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it?
It just gives up.
It just stopped.
It can't. It's a computational
I
overload.
found its GPS to be really bad. Nevertheless, I didn't want to take any chances for my next experiments.
Which is why when I use this thing, I'm not in the $10 million studio at all. I'm in a $100 motel. Here to show you that once you know the code base, you can make some surprising predictions about what this thing's gonna do. For example, when I tell the Rabbit to play anything, you might think that'd be
Getting
random.
the music going now.
But it's not gonna be. It's gonna be the Beatles. How did I know that? Stop, 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 stop,
Stop.
stop.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Copyright. Gonna get
Stop.
copyright. Stop. Ah, YouTube
Stop.
copyright.
Thank you. The reason I know it's gonna do that.
Why is it played
because
90% of the time?
So in their prompting, they say if a user
What?
is going to say play anything, they should play the Beatles.
Why?
Even when you specify, when I say play anything, don't play the Beatles. Got it?
Understood.
Okay.
Play anything. It's still
Okay, starting the music player now.
another
Here comes the sun.
I don't have the copyrights to that, so we'll stop it right there.
Yeah.
Back now in the $10 million studio for real.
Save me the copyright
No
claim
green
too.
screen back here. Look, this product is obviously bad. By the way, it's off right now. But again, what really upsets me is not that it's bad. It's that the core selling point of this product is built on a lie. And that lie is the Lamb. They said it was on your device now. It's a new foundational AI. And the reason this company had to sell you a $200 product was this AI was so powerful.
Large action models concept and test results are so powerful that we decided to make a one-of-a-kind mobile device.
You mean an iPhone, a bootleg iPhone?
For this hunk of plastic.
Like, yeah, like what is the justification for that hunk of shit? Just say it how it is, Coffee. Call it a piece of shit, because that's what it is. It's a piece of shit, not even an AI. It's a bootleg iPhone, it's not even an iPhone, it's a Siri. A bootleg Siri.
But where is it? They say it's here now. He said it was going to be controlling your apps, but it's not. It's hard-coded, pre-written playwright scripts. And look, the best Rabbit at this point can argue, and it's hard to falsify or verify, is that Lamb might be part of the process of creating those automation hard-coded scripts for Playwright. As in, like, no, it's not live controlling your web browser, their web browser, but it can create the code that does it. Maybe that's what they're going to argue. But guess what? Playwright already has a tool for this. It's called CodeGen.
Oh boy.
Where it watches what you do and just automatically creates the automation code for you. No fancy AI required.
Jesus.
So I think the best thing you could say at this point about Jesse and Rabbit is that they vastly overpromised and underdelivered. The worst you could say is this is consumer fraud. Because even considering the possibility, and it is one,
it's fraud.
That Lamb is a real research project that's not ready, why lie about it being here now? Why not come clean and admit that whatever you're doing today is not what you originally advertised? This is not a new foundational AI controlling websites like a human. It's ChatGPT with an auto clicker.
Yeah.
But there's one last thing I want to say. I was able to speak with an employee who worked for Rabbit, and on the condition of anonymity, what they told me was that Lamb as advertised does not exist, and that Lamb was a, quote, marketing term.
Okay.
Now, given that this was a very serious accusation, I reached out one final time to the Rabbit team to hear their response.
Rabbit response. Okay, wait. Below is a statement that can be attributed to Rabbit in response to your inquiries. Given the approach and allegations in your first video and your treatment of the previous responses we approved, it is clear that you are not interested in taking a balanced or objective approach or in working with us in a good faith. You can find the statement to your questions copied below. Beyond that, we won't have any further guidance for you. Wow. Okay, so that was a stupid statement. Oh boy. Rabbit stands behind this product, technology, and vision to build a personalized operating system that can understand users' intentions and intuitively help them get things done. Well, it completely fucking utterly failed at that. Our technology approach can be seen in Rabbit's patent filings, which are public. Our focus is protecting our customers and our data. Because of this, engineers often only have access to parts of the system. This design of segregation allows us to focus on areas each team excels in, while also protecting our most valuable intellectual property from unauthorized access, or in the worst case, theft. Well, Jesus, well, you're kind of hypocritical, aren't you? Because you're stealing millions of dollars from people. Jesus. Wow, what a cool outro Coffee has. I love it. Somebody make me an outro. Like this. Anyway, guys. Well, that was really good. Rabbit gaslit me, so I dug deeper. Part 2 of the first video we watched. Check it out in links in the description. Also, make sure to subscribe to Coffeezilla and give him a like on the videos. I just gave him a like right there because they are awesome. Okay, he's really good and he does a lot of research. I love his stuff. You should check him out. Anyway, yeah. So that was cool.